Welcome to August the 14th. I'll start from 2017, work back to 2014, and take it from there. Something should not happen, but they do. Press are calling for Barnaby Joyce to stand down after a discovery he had dual citizenship. In all likelihood, he won't have to step down or resign because he demonstrably took due diligence. Taking due diligence confuses the press, who can only see a double standard if it suits them. Press don't understand how people who are born overseas might not know their nationality if they are green and haven't exercised due diligence. But an Australian-born conservative might not know they are deemed a foreign national after their father had been born in a commonwealth nation prior to either Australian or New Zealand citizenship being defined. The press claim the ALP are safe, possibly because none of them were born in Australia. And the ALP swear at each other all the time, so they probably sworn off any dual nationality. One is confident if an ALP member does fall foul of the constitutional imposition, then Shorten will allow a plebiscite on the issue. On this day in history, Octavian was enjoying his second of 3 days of triumph over Dalmatia in 29 BC. They would rebel again after Nero in 68, and probably inspired the destruction of the Jewish temple in 70 because Caesar needed to make a statement, and someone in 7 people across the empire were Jewish. In 1040, King Duncan lost his fight with Macbeth. Duncan was a young king, unlike his Shakespearean depiction. As for 3 witches, they no doubt are hiding in Birnam Wood. In 1183, the Japanese emperor, who was a child, took flight with the royal treasures. He would be murdered so that he wasn't killed by the wrong person. The Battle of Maron was a success for Bretons over France in the early part of the 100 Years' War in 1352. Eventually, France conquered all. Portugal successfully resisted Castilian Spain in 1385 at the Battle of Aljubarrota. In 1415, Henry the Navigator, son of John I of Portugal, had a quick victory over Morocco at the Battle of Ceuta. It wasn't a long-lasting victory, as the object was worthless without Tangier. In 1437, Portugal would attempt to take Tangier, fail, and sue for peace. Henry the Navigator was a follower of a common legend of the day, Prester John. Prester John, according to popular legend, was a descendant of a magi from Jesus' birth, who was king of a Christian nation in the Orient, lost among Islamic and pagan tribes. The legend was strongest between the 12th and 17th centuries, and fueled expansion eastward, along with a real promise of spice and goods. 1592, Korea defeated Japan on water at the Battle of Hansan Island. In 1880, Cologne Cathedral was completed. In 1885, Japan patented the first rust-proof paint. In 1888, an audio recording was played at a press conference showing Thomas Edison's phonograph. In 1893, France began registering cars. In 1901, Gustav Whitehead claimed to have made the first powered flight. In 1914, France unsuccessfully tried to seize Lorraine from Germany. In 1915, B.A. Santa Maria was born. He was staunchly Catholic and opposed communism while supporting workers' rights. He also opposed unfettered capitalism. He was wrong about unfettered capitalism. Fetters make it worse. In 1935, the U.S. created Social Security as a government pension system for the retired. It was so successful, it now supports generations of people from cradle to grave. In 1945, Japan accepted surrender unconditionally. Also, in 1945, the Viet Minh launched the August Revolution, plunging Vietnam into civil war, which had people fleeing into the late 1980s. In 1969, UK deployed troops in Northern Ireland.